Why should you buy an electric-powered golf trolley? Why should you buy an electric golf trolley? It's a reasonable question. After all, you could just carry your bag on your shoulder for 18 holes. Or you could use a manual push trolley. Or you could even hire a sit-on golf cart. Why bother going to the expense and faff of paying for your own trolley and having a battery and having to charge it up and look after it? What's the benefit? What's the point? Well, if you're young and you're fit and you have a point to prove, great. Carry your bag. Young people have been doing that since the days of old Tom Morris. A simple bag with a mashie and a niblick over your shoulder, and the freedom of the links lies before you. Huzzah! However, that freedom, and some might say macho approach, does come at something of a cost in energy and key muscle usage. It's estimated that the average round of 18 holes means some 10,000 steps and 5 miles of walking. On its own, that is going to burn off some 1,000 calories. Carry your bag, and that's actually going to be nearer 1,500 calories. And to put that into perspective, a 5-mile run on its own will burn off around 500 calories. That means that by the time you get to the 18th, if you're carrying your bag, it's the equivalent of having run an additional 5 miles in energy burned. Now, how fresh would you feel if you turned up for a game and you'd already run 5 miles? If it means that your drives carry less distance, that your concentration drops off as a result, you might, on a crucial hole, lay up short, fluff your chip onto the green, miss a crucial putt. If somebody could offer you 3 or 4 shots improvement on your normal game immediately, would you take it? Of course you would. Even I would. Now, age does make a bit of a difference in these things, but once you're over 35, your energy levels will start to change a bit. You'll suddenly start finding aches in places you didn't know you could ache. And once you get over 50, then energy saving becomes not just a nice to have, but absolutely essential. So the prime reason for using a trolley is straightforwardly to improve your game. There is a reason why Rory McIlroy and Scotty Scheffler and Nelly Korda don't carry their own bag in competition. It's so they can keep their energy for the really important stuff, the stuff that matters, putting the ball in the hole in as few strokes as possible. So what alternatives to an electric-powered trolley are there? Well, there is, of course, a manual push-pull trolley. It's a brilliant option for many people. It means you don't have to carry the physical weight of your bag, and it's really simple. It's normally significantly cheaper. They usually fold smaller, which means getting it in and out of your car is quite easy, and storage at home is much less of an issue. In fact, the only downside is that you have to physically do all the pushing and pulling of the trolley. And on a steep, hilly course, that can sometimes be quite wearing in its own right. And the question then is also around how much stuff do you want to take on the course with you? If you've got an umbrella and something to drink and a couple of snacks and your phone, a GPS machine, a pair of over trousers, a jumper, a waterproof top, some spare balls maybe. I mean, all of that adds up to quite a bit of extra weight, doesn't it? Do you want to compromise on what you carry or let the trolley or buggy take some of the load? Again, it comes down to how much extra energy you want to spend in lugging your gear around the course rather than concentrating on your game. And of course, if using that extra energy and weight loss is your primary consideration, why not go the whole hog and put on some ankle weights as well? Now, a sit-on golf cart is at the other end of the spectrum. Some of them are electric, some are petrol or gas-powered. They offer all the carrying benefits, of course, of an electric golf trolley, but with the additional advantage, you don't even have to walk round the course. In terms of conserving your energy for your game, this is clearly the best option. Using a sit-on cart means only burning off around 400 calories over 18 holes. Just ask yourself whether or not you want to get any of the exercise benefits of walking 5 miles in the countryside or not. Also, bear in mind that as a machine they are significantly bigger, heavier and often more expensive than any other kind of caddy machine. And that presents a couple of major issues. The first is that you can easily damage the course if the weather is wet. The greenkeeper will not be happy if you churn up the fairway, not to mention the reaction of your fellow golfers. Often, in fact, sit-on machines are banned from courses over the winter months or confined to buggy paths. It's a big investment to make in a machine that may have to spend 6 months of the year sat in your shed. And secondly, how do you get it to and from the course? Have you physically got a big enough vehicle to fit it in? Can you ride it up ramps into your boot? Do you need to invest in a trailer for it as well? Unless you've already got a flatbed pickup with ramps and a big storage space at home, it's probably not worth thinking about. Storing at the golf club is a possibility, of course, but that costs significantly and it may have drawbacks around security. Of course, the other option is just to hire a buggy from the course, which avoids all of those issues. Just be aware that hire can easily be £40 or £50 a round. And if you're a regular player, well, you don't have to play that many rounds of golf for it to add up to quite a significant chunk of money every year. So, an electric powered golf trolley really is a solid option for many people. Are there any specific additional benefits that they bring? Well, the first, of course, is the fact that it is powered. You've got a battery on board, and that means if you've got a suitable model, you can plug your phone into it. You won't run out of juice on the 13th and not be able to operate your GPS machine. You may well have a screen on board that offers additional features like speed, distance function, GPS, shot measuring devices. The trolley might have a follow me capability. You might be able to send it ahead a set distance or even use a remote control to operate it. The electric motors these days are usually very quiet and surprisingly powerful, so getting your clubs up steep slopes and into awkward corners really isn't an issue. Not that you would ever need to get your trolley into an awkward corner, of course. I'm sure, like me, you always find the middle of the fairway. Because it is powered, you can easily put more stuff in your bag, of course, and not feel the strain. So if you want to take spare shoes and wet weather gear, not a problem. A couple of tinnies, if you like. Why not? Fill your boots. Are there any downsides? Well, there are a couple of things that you do have to bear in mind with a powered trolley over a manual one, and that's primarily around their size and their weight and keeping the battery charged. Now, because powered carts have motors and a battery, they can be significantly bulkier than a simple push-pull cart. Do you have room in your car's boot or trunk for a trolley and a set of clubs? Take the time to check the dimensions of your trolley when it's folded away. And bear in mind as well that not all trolleys are made equal when it comes to folding away. Some can require as many as 7 separate movements and operations to set them up and then to pack them down again. Can be a bit of a brain teaser to get them in the right order. You shouldn't need a degree in engineering in order to get on the golf course. Also bear in mind that the more moving parts there are, the more there is to go wrong. Might start off nice and stiff and firm, but it can get worn and wobbly pretty quickly. So look for trolleys that have an emphasis on simplicity if you want to get from the car park onto the course quickly. Now, the battery itself, you need to think about that. It will need to be properly cared for in between rounds. It means charging it and storing it appropriately. The thing to do is to look for modern lithium batteries rather than lead acid ones. Lead acid really is an old technology. It's very heavy, generates far less power than modern equivalents, and needs replacing much more frequently. The gold standard to look for is lithium iron phosphate. It's written down as LiFePO4, LiFePO4, LiFePO4. They're much safer, they're much more powerful, they have a longer lifespan than any other type of battery currently on the market. So we started this by asking, what's the point of buying an electric golf trolley? Well, in a nutshell, they're the best compromise choice. They give you the freedom to get about the course without restriction and to be able to enjoy your game and be able to carry all the spare kit and tech that you want. It really is a win-win. There's loads of potential brands that you can take a look at, including Golfstream, Power Caddy, Motor Caddy, Stewart Golf, to name just a few. Take your time, find one that matches both your game and your budget. and I promise you really will feel the benefit out on the course.